Hey everybody, Joe Cortez and James Burns of FrontRowPreps.com, powered by Chicken Ranch Casino and Golden Bear Physical Therapy. Time once again for our large and small school football rankings. Burnsy, let's start with the large school rankings. We left Turlock at number 1, despite the loss to Central of Fresno.
Yeah, we decided not to penalize them, Joe, because they took on one of the state's best. Central of Fresno, ranked number 16 in the state, top team in the Central section. We like the fact that Turlock is taking on the big boys, and we weren't going to penalize them for taking a loss. So we left them at 1. Buhack had a nice victory to open the CCC play over Patterson under the Palms. Huge
Tough place
win,
to play.
Rattled off 21 straight points, got it done. These are our clear number 1 and number 2 teams in the large school pool. And then behind them, the VOL is starting to take shape.
And we had Central defeating Manteca last week by a single point, so they settled that, and Central comes in at 4, Manteca 5.
Yeah, that was a huge win for Central Catholic. Not only were they 0-4, but to slip to 0-5 puts them in danger of not making the playoffs, and it probably takes them out of the running for a VOL title. They turn around, they're getting healthy at the right time. They beat a good Manteca bunch that we had at number 3 originally going into the week. And now all signs are pointing to that Week 10 matchup.
Week 10 matchup between these two. And now the soft part of the schedule for Central Catholic until that Week 10 matchup. Moving over to the small schools, Escalon stays number 1. They had a bye last week. We get some movement here at 2 and 4 because Hillmar and Ripon played. And Hillmar really dominated that game.
You know, Hillmar dominated that game, but it's a shame we didn't get to see Ripon at their full best. And really Ripon, it sounds like the injuries to Nico Alardi and Grant Weeby, those are going to be injuries that are going to keep them out of this week's game against Riverbank. But fortunate for Ripon, it is Riverbank.
It's Riverbank,
right? And really they're looking forward to their matchup with Escalon. This is our game of the week this week. Hillmar is hosting Escalon. That's 1 versus 2. Hillmar always seems to step up in these big games. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle a team like Escalon coming off that huge win against Downey. The only big movement in the poll, though, is Ripon tumbling to 4 from that number 2 position. Again, we talked about the injuries they sustained.
And Amador moving up.
But Amador moving up. You know, Amador had they had the longest road trip. They went
toughest road trip.
They went all the way to Washington, and they took care of business. They beat Meridian 41-0. We like that. And the Max Prep State rankings like that. These guys
tough to do.
These guys are ranked 112, and that's tough for a small mountain school like Amador.
So that's an impressive number for a small school. So that's a look at our large and small school rankings. You can check out the rest of our top 10 by visiting FrontRowPreps.com, powered by
Chicken Ranch Casino
and
Golden Bear Physical Therapy.
For James Burns, I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for stopping by.
It always feels like a pop quiz.